Alright, what's up guys? It's Zach from Team Sushi 99 and I'm going to give you guys some Madolche deck profile that I'm going to use for the format. This is in its current state. It's probably going to stay this way, but I'm thinking of testing a few cards like Shape Sister, is that?
Shape Sister.
Shape Sister. I wish we
It's not a tough card to memorize,
anyway,
actually.
let's go into the deck list. Alright, so 3 Madolche. Okay.
Why 3?
She's your searcher. Well, I mean, I'm probably going to take it out. No, real talk. 3's good, it's your searcher, you run 3. Basically enough. 3 Mess and Gelato. What people don't realize is this is like the main card of the deck. This is the one that makes your combos. It's your only invoker target in the deck. It's what you can special summon with Mewfree. Like, this is such a good card, I would never run it less than 3.
I mean, can't you special summon other things other than...
Chevalier if you want to run it.
Ah, well that is
like,
quite the card
and
to
he
run.
gets you Chateau and Ticket and Palooza. Like, it's really good.
So are you foreshadowing that you don't have a Chevalier?
No one runs. Shut up, Jordan. Alright, so 2 Mewfree. I bumped this down to 2 simply because of space reasons, and you can search it when you need it. With 2 tickets and 3 Magellans, you're fine with searching, and 2's perfectly good.
So you're basically running like 7 Mewfree.
Kind of. 2 Hoot Cake. Basically the same principle as Mewfree. You don't need 3, simply because he can be dead in your hand because it can be difficult sometimes to get a target for him in your graveyard. So I don't see 3 as being necessary. 2 is perfectly fine.
And he's also searchable.
And he's very searchable. That's it for the Madolche monsters. Next I run 2 Spell Striker. Let's put the super one in front.
Okay.
He basically opens to an OTK, where if you have Mewfree, Hoot Cake, a targeting graveyard as long as Spell Striker, you basically win if they don't have answers, which a lot of times they won't, which is actually really cool. So he's really good. Oh, and in case you don't know what he does, you banish a spell card from your graveyard and you can special summon him. You can also attack your opponent directly, and you take no battle damage when he gets attacked. So he can always just stall for you too, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
and he can help you make a Zen mains if you're behind.
A little fun fact is he's a warrior.
Yeah, so he's searchable with Rhoda, which I'll get into later.
Yeah, so he's like a
Next
free
for my hand
special.
traps, I run 2 Effect Veilers. Negation's good, Effect Veiler's a good card. Next I run 2 DD Crow. I took Max C's out for DD Crow because I feel DD Crow's much better in this deck and much better right now. Because Fire Kings, oh, let's get rid of that Garunix, let's get rid of that Barong. Infernities, like, it's so good.
You can make an example with relevant decks like Prophecy and E-Drags.
Yeah, Prophecy and E-Dragons. Hey, Fire Kings for the first second in my head. Anyway, Prophecy, Master, Target, Secrets. DD Crow, Secrets, their effect fizzles, and now they lost the Secrets.
Boyjin and their targets, whatever they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Turtle and Quillen.
E-Dragons can also hurt them after they've already used the effect. Like, let's say they use Redox effect already, rest down the graveyard, banish it.
Yeah,
it can help you game 1.
Dragon.
It can help you game 1 against them. So yeah, that's the monster lineup. Next, let's go to the spells.
Until they play Return from a Different Dimension.
Yeah, but anyway.
Anyways.
2 Chateau. I also bumped this down to 2 simply because at 3 he's becoming dead more often than not, and it's searchable very often. So you don't run into problems not having it most of the time. Next, 2 Ticket. Always been run at 2. 3's way too cloggy because it doesn't stack like Wind Up Factory. That's simple. 2 Duality. I'm keeping this at 2 because it helps you get your combo pieces, but it can also hinder your special summon, and you need the special summon. So 2 is perfect. Next, 2 Instant Fusions. This one's cool. It's red.
Okay,
and
aren't they the same? Oh, right. Oh, yeah, that's the colored
red.
misprint one. Yeah.
Anyway, this can also, it's basically a Spell Striker replacement for the OTK. It can also help you make an Exceed play if you need to stall. Like, it can help you make Maestro or Zen mains. And also, if Hoot Cake gets bottomless, you can Levier it back if you have this. Which I've actually done a lot, and it's won me games. So it's really cool. So next, I run 3 MST. I cannot stand back row. It can go die and burn in hell. So 3 MST.
Or burn in a tornado.
Ha! You're funny. For the 1-ofs, I run 1 Rhoda. Because this has 5 targets in the deck. 3 Mess and Gelato and the 2 Spell Strikers. More often than not, you add Spell Striker, but sometimes if you have just Mewfree in your hand and Rhoda, you need to add Gelato so you can get that Chateau. So it's a good card.
Yeah, it's a free spell striker.
Yeah. Next I run 1 Foolish Burial. I don't know why more people aren't running this. Like, it gives you an instant Hoot Cake target or an instant Tiramisu target. Like, I don't understand why people aren't running this. It's such a good card.
It's because there aren't many rarities. All the rarity ones are expensive.
And I have DT1. Sorry, guys.
Next, as the humble brag continues.
I run 1 Book of Moon. Common, so it's okay. Book of Moon's a great card. It can stop synchro plays, exceed plays. It's just good. On 1 Dark Hole because it's Dark Hole.
Naturally.
Yeah. Okay. Now for the trap cards.
That was a really manly way of saying it.
2 Phoenix Chains. I've always run this deck. It's so good. Stops effects. Also makes it so they can't attack, so it can keep you alive for a turn. I can't words.
Okay.
Keep you alive for a turn. It's a great card. 2 Mirror Force. Mass Destruction's good because you don't want to get OTK'd. Hey. And yeah, I want to find room for deep prisons in here, but mostly I don't have deep prisons. I have 1, and I don't know where to put it in. So yeah.
Nice.
Next for the 1-ofs. 1 Solemn Warning because it's Solemn Warning. 1 Bottomless because we can only run 1. 1 Compulse also because we can only run 1. Kind of makes me sad, but you have to run them. They're great cards. Next I'm running 1 Palooza. I put this in like a week ago to test it, and it's working really well. Like, this can help you very much late game. Like, you're going through a combo, and then it's like, now what do I do with this gelato that is just special summon? Well, I don't add Palooza. And then, like, if your combo gets stopped, like, you hit a Mirror Force, like, you hit the wrong back row or whatever, now they all go back in your hand, now you can Palooza next turn, and just do it all over again.
Or Palooza during the battle phase if you really need the last game push.
Yeah. Or, like, it can help you, like, let's say you summon Madolche, and you have a face-down Palooza. Activate Palooza, special summon the monster, now you have a Tiramisu target, and you also have a Tiramisu on the field. So,
There you go.
So now I'm also running 1 7 Tools of the Bandit. This card is so good. It's basically a judgment. Honestly, like, you just have to save it for the right cards. You don't want to waste it on something random. Like, against Fire Fist, you can save it for a Tensin when you're attacking into them and they have a dragon on the field. And then they lose their monster and they don't get an effect. You can save it for the Compulse when they're going to Compulse your Invoker. You can save it for the Bottomless when they're going to Bottomless Hoot Cake. It's so good. It's such a good card.
It's a great opener, but it's hard to draw into.
The problem is, against Prophecies, it's really bad. And if you get it late game, it can really hurt. But it's still a good card. So yeah, that's the main deck. It's 40 cards. Let me do the extra deck. I'm running 2 Tiramisu. 2's, I think, all that's needed. 3's just too much. You'll basically never make 3 because when you activate Chateau, it can go back in the deck. And if one's in the graveyard and you have the other one on the field, you can put the one in the graveyard back in your extra deck. So yeah. Next, 1 Ouroboros. Basically a Shockmaster replacement. I'm probably going to take him out, maybe for the second Levier. I'm not sure, but I'm probably going to take him out because I never make him. Next, 1 Excalibur. I'm running him because gelatos are warriors, and you can make him sometimes get over big monsters if you don't have a Tiramisu target in your grave.
Or your fusion.
That's why I also run him over Blade Armor, because Blade Armor basically helps you OTK, but gelatos have more attack when they have Chateau out, so he's better. Next, 1 Diamond Dyer. What's great is Hoot Cake and Mufui are both beasts, so it can help you get over stuff if you need to.
I'm kind of curious, actually. How many times has that worked?
Actually, a lot. I haven't made it lately just because I don't need to, but I used to make it a lot, especially when Offering was a thing, because it could help you with the OTK and get over things. I haven't made it lately, but it's still a great card. I would still run it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Full-time Palpable Operative.
Was that Ultimate Rare?
Yeah, I basically put this in because Jordan pulled it, and he gave it to me because he can't play it.
Okay, just checking.
So, I actually did make it a few times. It does help, but
because of its rarity, right?
Basically, it looks pretty. Enough said.
Pretty but oh boy.
Black Ship. Black Ship's great. It gets you over Gotchi, over Zen mains. And yeah, most of the generic rank 4s you don't make very often, but they're good to have.
Utility is number 1.
Yeah. Cowboy because it's Cowboy, and First Set Abyss Rising.
Shut up. Move on.
Anyway.
Humble bragging ass.
My Stroke. It's My Stroke. I gotta get me that ulti one from Astral Pack.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, let's throw that ulti tanky in there.
Next for the rank 3s, you run 1 Zen mains to help you stall if you need to. You can make, like, I've had to make Mufui into Zen mains just so I don't lose. It kind of sucks, but sometimes you have to do it.
Yeah, it's like a tour guide almost, but shitty.
Yeah. So next I run 1 Levier. I'm really thinking of bumping this up to 2 just because of the fact that, like, a lot of times when you foolish the gelato, then you banish it with Hoot Cake, and then you make a Levier to get it back. And sometimes you need to do that more than once in a game, and then your Levier is gone, and then you practically lose. So, Levier is great. I'm thinking about bumping up a second, but I'm not sure. Next, I run 2 Invokers. 1 isn't enough. You need 2 just because in case one of them gets bottomless or hit or whatever, you need to make the second one. So, more often than not, you make 2 in one game. Yeah. Next, I run 2 Institution targets. They're institution targets.
Oh, remind them about the warrior.
This is a warrior, so you can make a Caliber with gelato.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
Disclaimer, Blade Armor Ninja does more than Messenger Lotto because Blade Armor Ninja has 2200 attack rather than 2 Messenger Lottos that have 21 attack.
But when they're both on the field,
Blade Armor Ninja attacks twice.
it'd be 200 more attack. I did math wrong. But I think Excalibur's better still either way because Excalibur's a big monster.
Just a disclaimer.
Okay.
That was my bad. Anyway, I'm going to do my current side deck really quickly. It's still a work in progress, but this is what I'm using for the moment. 2 Kaikus. It helps against Dragon matchup, and it helps against random matchups, too. Shut up. And, yeah, and I like it still. I might take it out because it's not as relevant anymore, but it's still pretty good. I moved Max Seasons to the side deck because I think DD Crow is better, but this is still good against a lot of matchups like Dragons. So, yeah, side deck. 2 Flying Sea. This card is 100% coming out. Kevin told me it was a bad card. I didn't listen because I liked it, but I realized most people side deck Rivalry of Warlords against me, so I can't play this while it's out and when they storm summon a monster. So this is going to come out. I don't know.
Wait a
what for,
second.
though.
Are you sure it's like that?
It's an insect, yes.
Yeah, but isn't it on... No, it's on the opponent's
It's
side
on
of
the
the field.
summon.
It doesn't matter.
Rivalry affects both players.
Rivalry, the ruling on Rivalry is just on summons. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter to your side of the field or their side of the field.
So yeah, so it doesn't really work because Rivalry is always siding against me, and
For example, you wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to activate Foolish Revival to special summon a monster from your opponent's graveyard to their side of the field.
so yeah,
The more you know.
definitely coming out. Just don't know what for yet. Prohibition, such a great card. You call key components of their deck and they lose. Like I was playing, I don't even remember what deck. What deck was I playing? It was something. Called their key card, they lost. They couldn't do anything.
Oh, wow.
Dark Worlds.
You called Grapha?
I called Grapha against someone
Nick?
at a tournament, and he lost because he couldn't do anything.
Uh,
And I got the other one. I think I called Gates, so he completely lost it because he couldn't do MSTs. Or maybe I called MST with one of them, so he couldn't get rid of it. I don't know, but it works.
Call Grapha, call MST.
Yeah, goes in, kills dragons. Enough said. Doesn't hurt me at all.
It hurts windups as well. If you know,
Yeah.
they exist.
Anyway, 2 Shadow Imprison Mirror. It hurts a lot of things right now. Evil Storms, Black Wings, Infernities. These are all things you still have to worry about. And it's a good card.
And Big Eye.
And Big Eye. Oh, it's true. It does hurt Big Eye.
Yeah, it does hurt Big Eye.
Light Imprisoning Mirror. Boojins, basically. People like that deck. It's not very good right now, in my opinion, but people still like
agents,
it.
you know,
Also,
nothing that's
agents.
relevant.
Agents are a thing.
That Herald to Perfection deck.
Go to perfection. You
That's-
got to worry about that now. YCS Toronto.
Yeah, someone top.
And then I'm running 1 Mind Drain at the moment. I basically need a 15 slot, and I was like, Mind Drain. This is probably coming out because it's not very relevant anymore because baby dragons aren't a thing.
Well, you could always use it for their inherent effects.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably going to end up taking it out, though.
Okay, so now that we have reviewed the main, extra, and side, is there any closing comments from Madolche that you have?
If you guys want an in-depth combo video, let us know. I'll be glad to do it. I love this deck. We gotta bring Madolche to tier 1, guys.
Yeah, he's also starting a Madolche Mufui fan club if you guys are...
Jordan's lying. He's a liar.
Yeah, so
It's
they're
actually
going
a fan club on Magically.
Yeah,
It's about
yeah.
Magic. I mean, look.
I mean, she's basically the Stratos of the deck. Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
banned, by the way, so you
He's
know they're
banned.
broken.
this
They have
is the
Stratos.
next Stratos.
So,
That is all.
2013 never forget Stratos. Thank you. Team
See you guys
Sushi
next time.
is gone.